Good morning. I am going to be sharing some from my book, Iron Sharpens Iron. Book one is Business, Not Personal. Uh, I am doing this reading for my podcast, and I invite you to join in and listen from all social media platforms where this will be uploaded. So, Iron Sharpens Iron, Book One, is business, not personal. Iron sharpens iron is defined. Iron sharpens iron. The definitions. Okay, so iron is an adjective. It's defined as very strong physically, mentally, or emotionally. I think you have to have an iron will to make some of these decisions. It's a sentence using the word iron. Sharpen is a verb, and it's defined as to make something stronger or to improve something. One sentence says, I am taking a course that should help me sharpen my computer skills. Another definition for sharpen is to make clearer, and that sentence says, turn the knob to sharpen the focus of the slide projector. So that's how it's used. And again, those are the definitions of iron: very strong physically, mentally, or emotionally, and sharpen is to make something stronger. So from the author, it says, it is the funniest thing to witness something harsh trying to be delicate, something rough trying to be soft, or something boyish trying to be dainty because of the awkwardness of the movements. I laugh at myself in the middle of writing this because I had to stop and acknowledge that I was feeling harsh while trying hard to be gentle in writing. This awkwardness caused me to put off writing not once, not twice, but several times until I was able to come to grips with the fact that that I was being prompted to write, is a harsh message. I had to remember and receive my encouragement from the fact that I am not the only one who has been called to deliver harsh messages. I was reminded of the Apostle Paul's letters to the Corinthians. He wanted to be soft. He wanted to be encouraging, but more than once he had to be harsh. Yet, and this is the key, when he spoke, he did so in love. Even now, as I prepare to write, I keep checking myself and asking of myself, what are my motives and why am I writing this? I searched to find the love in my words spoken because I felt the harshness in what I knew I had to write. The love in delivery must far outweigh the harshness spoken. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 4, New International Version says, for I wrote to you out of great distress and anguish of heart and with many tears, not to grieve you, but to let you know the depth of my love for you. As I reflect on Apostle Paul's second letter to the Corinthian congregation, I take comfort in the fact that even the Apostle Paul fought to not be too harsh in what he said. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 5 NIV reads, if anyone has caused grief, he has not so much grieved me as he has grieved all of you to some extent, not to put it too severely. The Apostle Paul said to the Corinthians that he wanted to speak of spiritual things to them, but he had to address them in the flesh. I imagine that this had to have been frustrating to have someone look to be full grown and yet find that they were truly babes. As a matter of fact, I know it was frustrating for the Apostle Paul because of how Jesus Christ responded. In Matthew chapter 21, verses 18 through 22, we are told that he cursed the fig tree, and that had the appearance of having fruit, only for him to find that there was none. Message: make sure you have fruit and not just the appearance of having fruit. Earlier, I wrote about how the lesson to be learned in that instance was that we were to bless and not curse. A lesson that still needs to be taught and learned today. The problem is that we still do not understand the power of the tongue and the words we speak. We all still tend to be careless with our words. So it is with awkwardness that I write now. It is my desire to be soft, delicate, and encouraging, but I cannot ignore the fact that there is an undeniable harshness in this message that I have been led to share. As I am now preparing to share that which was first imparted to me several years ago, I have come to realize that only iron can sharpen iron. So if at all I come off harsh, the harshness is in love. It is not meant to hurt, harm, stumble, judge, or condemn. The harshness is meant to sharpen, as God's word says, to build up, to cover, to stand in the gap, and to intercede on behalf of the men and women of God. Ezekiel chapter 22 verse 30 NIV reads, I looked for someone among them who would build up the wall and stand before me in the gap on behalf of the land, so I would not have to destroy it. But I found no one. Jude chapter 1 verse 22 and 23 NIV reads, Be merciful to those who doubt, save others by snatching them from the fire. To others show mercy mixed with fear, hating even the clothing stained by corrupted flesh. Written in love by moi, Jody Lynn Sereno Barber. It's business, not personal. So that was the note from the author, and I will be reading this. I'm working on the audiobook. Haven't quite finished the audiobook yet, but I've started that, but I don't want to wait until the audiobook is done to begin sharing this. So I am actually going to be reading a chapter at a time and sharing it from Iron Sharpens Iron, Book 1. It's business, not personal. And I look forward to sharing this with you. All right, bye.